acknowledge that the pacing calendar exists. I'll acknowledge that it exists. It's there. It should help inform, right? Like kind of like how you're moving. It should absolutely not drive what you do in your classroom. It should not drive what you do in your classroom. And if you have teachers who need that pacing calendar, right, and need to follow it by the letter of the law, then they shouldn't be in front of young people like that. You gotta have adults who love working with young people more than they love the idea of their content, right? And when you talk to those folks, right, this question, they're like, of course I know how to build community, right? I'm introducing music. I'm connecting it to what they're experiencing in the real world, what they see every day, right? What they're experiencing. Then exposing them to other things that maybe they haven't seen, right? We're gonna start with what you know, and then, oh, you know what? Let me introduce you to this, right? It changes it. There's a different energy and excitement when the young person enters your classroom.
And maybe that leads to the opportunity for where can that vulnerability come in, right? Like to create a shift that we're going to, like, you are human. And now I know you more than just a student who's on this line, row 7, and has empty boxes on here. I know you as a student. I know you as a person who I'm just so glad you showed up here today. And then we can build on top of that. What extra can we give you today that you made this sacrifice, you made the choice, you battled the roads to get in here today? Let's honor that. And I think oftentimes teachers think that the fact that you're supposed to be there, so you don't need credit for that. I think is that, that people try and overuse that old joke of that Chris Rock joke about, you're supposed to be a dad, right? You're supposed to take care of your kids, right? Or you're supposed to be a student. You're supposed to do your homework. You're supposed to be here. And you're like, you're missing so many other layers of what they could be doing, wanted to be doing, wish they were doing.
You're supposed to challenge. You're supposed to ask questions. You're supposed to be a teenager, a young person, an adolescent. Like, that's right. Yeah, you're well within character.